"Don't flinch, soldier. Let's see if you're really made of stone," she said, grinning, just before her black glove arced through the air and tapped the tomb guard's shoulder. Laughter sparked around her, soft chuckles from the crowd behind. Phones were raised, a few gasps, and one long echoing silence that followed the punch like a shadow. He didn't move, not an inch. The US tomb guard, standing in ceremonial uniform, didn't flinch, didn't even blink. His spine stayed straight, eyes locked ahead, like they were made of steel and duty. Not anger, not pride, just discipline. And that silence? It stretched longer than it should have, long enough for her smirk to start fading. Long enough for the people watching to realize this wasn't going to end with a laugh. She was a champion, undefeated, lightning fast in the ring. The press called her unstoppable. She'd been flown in for a military demonstration meant to entertain, to impress. Instead, she'd tried to test a tomb guard's resolve, and in doing so, crossed a line she didn't even know existed. Then something strange happened. Her knees buckled. It wasn't a blow. He hadn't moved. But her balance shifted. Her breath shortened. That playful confidence turned into confusion, then panic. She stumbled back, blinking, trying to find gravity beneath her. Her glove dropped to her thigh, her mouth opened like she might laugh again, but no sound came out. She tried to stand tall, but her legs betrayed her. That's when the silence changed. It wasn't about shock anymore. It became reverence. Even the air felt heavier. No one reached out to help her. Not yet. Everyone stood still, watching a woman who thought strength was physical, learning the weight of something far deeper. The tomb guard, motionless, became a mirror. Not of power, but of purpose. He wasn't there to fight. He was there to protect the memory of the fallen. He had trained for years to guard the tomb of the unknown soldier, through rain, heat, and sleepless nights. Each step choreographed, each second sacred. His silence wasn't weakness, it was the highest form of strength. And she had mocked it. As she knelt on one knee, still breathing hard, her eyes rose to meet his, if only for a second. And what she saw wasn't contempt. It was memory. It was brothers lost. It was folded flags and last goodbyes. It was everything she had never fought for. A young boy in the crowd whispered, "Why did she fall?" And his mother pulled him close, unable to answer. She blinked. Hard. Sweat stung her eyes, or maybe it was something else. Her body felt fine, no injury, no strike, no impact. Yet she couldn't rise. The weight pressing on her shoulders didn't come from his hand. It came from realization, a lifetime of titles, a wall of trophies, medals, sponsors. She had fought opponents, but she had never faced honor. And it humbled her. Eventually, a military officer walked over, kneeling beside her. No judgment, just stillness. "You okay, champ?" he asked quietly. She nodded slowly. "I didn't know." What he was guarding. The officer glanced toward the tomb guard, who hadn't moved a muscle. "He's guarding everyone who never got a name," he said. "He's guarding those who died so people like us could laugh freely, even at the wrong time." The realization hit harder than any punch she'd taken. She wasn't just embarrassed, she was transformed. With help, she stood, not with pride, but with reverence. She removed her gloves, laid them down, then did something no one expected. She turned, faced the tomb guard, and bowed. Not for show, not for redemption, but because for the first time she understood what true discipline looked like, what silent sacrifice felt like. The crowd didn't cheer, they didn't clap. But the energy shifted. What had begun as a joke became a moment of awakening. And somewhere in the silence, someone whispered, "She'll never fight the same again." She wouldn't. Because strength wasn't measured in punches thrown, it was measured in the stillness of a soldier who stood unmoving, while the world around him cracked from disrespect. And yet he held his ground, not with violence, but with dignity. The next morning, that image went viral. The undefeated boxing champion on one knee before a silent guard, her glove hanging low, her eyes open wide. The caption read, "She tried to test a soldier's resolve, but learned the weight of 1,000 fallen." She never tried to explain herself. She didn't have to. Because the silence said it all. True strength isn't loud. It doesn't swing first. It doesn't need to flinch. It stands without shaking in honor of those who can no longer stand at all. Before we end this story, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to see our community. If this story touched your heart, make sure to like the video, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts below.